This is the video on the main program of the Find Gifts game. It starts out saying if the task value is equal to 0, go to AA. Well, the task value will be equal to 0 when the game first starts. Otherwise, set the absolute value of game number into game number and check to see if the game number is equal to the was game number. If it is, it goes to AC. What it's saying is that if it's the same game that you ran in last cycle, you go down here to AC. If it's not, we have to initialize the game down here. We're going to set the was game number to the game number, so it'll know that it's on the same game. Set the value of task to 1. Set show answer to 0, meaning don't show the answer. Fill the first 6 values it found with 0 to show that we haven't found any of them. Then it has a stat action which sets up the sequence of notes in the blue box. Then it sets the wait ticks to 3. Then it calls routine 100, which initializes the values and reads in the pictures. Then it checks the value of once. If it's not equal to 0, it goes down here to A, B, and exits. If it is equal to 0, it sets it to 1, meaning it never wants it to come and do this again, because it's going to set the wait ticks to 18, which means it's going to, at very first time, have it wait 18 cycles, giving it enough time to read in all of the pictures before the game actually starts. Well, otherwise it comes down here, and here it sets the note to note 1 for the blue note box, adds 1 to the task every time it goes around, and it says when the task value gets greater than the wait ticks, go down here to AE. If it's not greater than, it also checks if it's not equal to the wait ticks, which means when it is finally equal to the wait ticks, it'll come down here and it'll run routine 101, which will build the matrix of gifts and the row gifts. Alright, now we'll go on. Now I've highlighted another section of the main program. The first 2 instructions of this section have to do with showing the video list. That's really not part of the program for this game, so we'll go on to the next part. Here it calls routine 102, which will display the matrix of the 200 gifts and the row of the find gifts. Then it's going to run routine 103. If show answer, frame the matrix answers in black. That's the show answer. The next routine, 104, if the matrix gift is clicked, test for a found, and if it is, mark it. Then it says set the font to bold 24 point, the color 400, which is a dark red, set an X and Y value to 1525, that's the position on the screen, and then it says show the text game number. Then add 20 to XM and then box the number, the game number, and set it up to be clickable. Alright, we're going to look at that part of it. Going to execute it. That's right here. The game number is in dark red, and here it boxed the game number itself. Back to the program. That's the end of this section. I've highlighted in green the next section. It starts out setting an X and Y value for a position, and then T and W for tall and wide, and then it sets the color to 6, which is a blue color, and then it does a rectangle fill, and then it says box the rectangle and make it clickable as number 6. So if this rectangle here being put on the screen is clicked, it's going to give the value of 6 as the click number. Then it adds some to X and Y, sets the font to bold 12 point, sets the color to 990, which is a yellow, because a lot of red, a lot of green is yellow. And then it says the text, toggle the answer on off. Then after that it says jump if the click 6 wasn't done to AK, which is down here. But if they do click on number 6, it then is going to add 1 to show answer and then mod it with 2. Well, that means its value can either be 0 or 1. 0, show answer, means don't show it, and 1 means to show it. Well, let's go to the screen and see where this is. We'll execute the application, and here it is. It's this box right here. And if you click on that box, it's going to give you click number 6. And why don't we go to data here, and we'll go show us the click answers, and it'll say right here 6. If this area is clicked, it's going to say 6. Turn that back off and we'll go back to the program. Alright, that's this section. Now I've highlighted another section of the main program in green. It starts out by calling routine 105, which will put a black frame around the found gifts. And then it'll check to see if all 6 were found. If they're all 6 equal to 1, it's going to go down here to AM. Otherwise, it will not continue. Well, this section down here is going to put up the little box that says you found all of them. First, it sets an X and Y value to 544, 3, tall 25, wide 200, and now it's going to set 2 different colors depending on the value of T. Here it sets a color to a dark green. Then it says put the value of T modded by, well, put the value in T of the time modded with 16. Well, that means this value of T is going to go from 0 to 15, and then 0 to 15, and 0 to 15. The next line says, if its value of T is less than 7, go to AN, which leaves the color set to the dark green, but if it's not, it sets it to a dark red, 300. And then after it picks which one, it draws the rectangle and fills it in. Then it adds a little to X, a little to Y, because it's going to put text inside that box. Sets the font to bold 12 points, sets the color to 990, which is yellow, and then it puts the text in the box, you found all of them. Well, this is the end of the main program's video